You may have come across the term NEET, short for Not in Education, Employment, or Training. It typically refers to young people aged between 15 and 29 who are not currently studying, working, or involved in vocational training. The label has become a shorthand for a growing segment of youth facing uncertain futures and systemic barriers to opportunity. Although it may sound like a technical term used in statistics, NEET reveals much about how South Korean society frames youth-related challenges. In particular, media coverage often casts NEET in a negative light, labeling them as unmotivated, lazy, or part of the so-called kangaroo tribe, a pejorative used for young adults who rely on their parents. These portrayals, however, frequently ignore the diverse and often difficult circumstances many young people face, unfairly placing the burden of responsibility on the individual. In reality, deeper structural factors contribute to why many young people become economically inactive. With technology advancing rapidly, jobs are being restructured in ways different from the past. Even when the youth do work, they often receive low salaries or grow easily exhausted from long working hours. In such an environment, repeated failures and accumulated anxiety can erode confidence and hinder youth from advancing in their careers. If the number of NEET continues to grow, it could impact not only individuals but the entire nation. If young people do not engage in economic activities, the number of people in the workforce decreases, slowing economic growth. The decreasing number of taxpayers will further burden the national financial operations. That's why the government is implementing several policies to address the difficulties faced by young people. For these policies to be effective, the youth must be provided with high-quality jobs to work in continuously, along with institutional safeguards to reduce anxiety and fear. Above all, the social perception of young people must change. Labels like NEET or unemployed often do more harm than good. If a young person isn't working, rather than attributing it solely to the individual's lack of will, people should consider that factors such as repeated failures, high social barriers, and structural constraints may also be at play. Therefore, we should view this issue not as the individual's fault, but as a collective challenge that the entire society must reflect on and address together. Ultimately, what's needed is a society that offers not judgment, but meaningful support, one that fosters hope, dignity, and real opportunities for young people to start anew.